Hello everyone and welcome back to Java Forever course. Currently we are learning about subprograms or functions, also called methods. In the previous class we have learned about the signature of the function. We have learned how to call a function. I want to take a quick minute and show you what really goes behind the curtains when a function is called. In today's class we will learn about the intricacy of that function. We will again start with an example. Let's say we have written a function here called maximum. The goal of this function is to find which number is maximum for a given set of numbers. So I'll give two numbers. We'll call it val1 and val2 of type double. And you can see this function has two inputs separated by comma. Now again, I declared a return value, which is called, I call it max. And at the end, I return max. Anything and everything that happens in between is our processing. So this is your, what we call it, refer as input. This is output. In fact, this is output declaration. And anything in between is our processing. Now in this one, we assume that among the two numbers, the first number is our default maximum, unless proven otherwise. So if I pass 3, 5, I'll assume 3 is max. And we'll compare and say if 5 is greater than 3, then our new max is 5. Otherwise, 3 remains our max, and that is the value I'll return. That is the logic or algorithm we have implemented in the code. We assume that val1 is our maximum. Then we compared if val2 is greater than this max that we assumed. If yes, then our new max is val2. Otherwise, do nothing, because we already said that val1 is maximum, and then we return that value. Now, when we call this function in our main program, we have two inputs. We say the input, actually this should be B. There is a correction here. And then we are passing two values A and B in this maximum to get a maximum value. Again, this data type of this one is, this should be actually double. And this should be B here. I'm going to fix it. So this maximum A comma B is going to return a double value because of this function returns a double. Now what really happens behind the scene is that the function is actually, by Java actually inserts the code snippet in the runtime when Java is executing the program, actually where the function call is. The name of the function, that line, is literally sort of replaced, So line number 1 executes in the main program, line number 2 executes, line number 3 executes. When it comes to line number 4 and it finds a function, it calls the function, and first line of the function is called. Line number 5 is called, line number 6, line number 7, line number 8, and actually this goes back into maximum. So this also becomes line number 8, and then this is line number 9. This is the order of execution Java does. Wherever you call a function, it takes the code and literally calls it inside somewhere. So we wrote the code as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But if you look at the execution order, actually it goes, from 1 to 3, and where you call the function, then it goes inside the function, execute all this, returns back, and then continues here. That's that is how a function is called. That is how function is treated by Java when it runs. Even though we have defined the function above or below our main code, it does not matter, because that's us, for a developer, for a human to see where our function is. But Java, when it runs, irrespective of where the function is, when it calls, it runs in that sequence. I hope you understand this. Again, go ahead and take the quiz. Make sure that you really understand. It's relatively straightforward, but again, the more you practice, better you become. In order to learn coding, in order to be better at coding, you should definitely practice, because coding is like math. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you guys again in the next class. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Do subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.